Hello everyone, welcome to another interesting tutorial. Today we'll be talking about fabric behavior. Every fabric we know is made up of threads that runs parallel and perpendicular directions. The parallel line is called the warp and the perpendicular line is called the weft. You can see the thread that's taken out from the edge of this fabric. Now this is the parallel and that's the perpendicular. That's the warp and the weft. There's also this. I'm just showing you the thread. You can see it clearly. You can see the thread very clearly now. Thread that make up this material. That edge is seen there that the road the target is called the selvage end. The material is the edge of the that holds the material together so it doesn't free. Okay, look at another material here. See the selvage line here, and this is the thread that runs both the parallel and perpendicular direction. That's the thread that make up the warp and the weft. As you can see from this video now. So this warp line is, as I mentioned earlier, is strong. It's not very stretchy. Look at this material. This is the selvage end. You can also see the thread that make up this material. You can see it here. It's very obvious. I'm trying to remove it so you will know that if you lose this material one after the other, you just see thread all over. So and this thread, like I said earlier, runs both perpendicular and parallel. So this parallel line is called the web. The warp is not very stretchy. While the perpendicular line is called the weft, is stretchy. As you can see, is weaker than the warp. I'm trying to show you so you can see the stretchiness of it. The warp is not stretchy, while the weft is very stretchy. So, what does this mean for you as a fashion designer? How does that concern you? So, when you want to cut your pattern or cloth on your material, it is always better to place your horizontal measurement in the weft direction, that's perpendicular direction that is stretching, just like this as I place it there. Then on the I'm placing them on the parallel line because the parallel line is not stretchy, it's strong. While the perpendicular line will stretch, this will give your wearer some flexibility when they want to wear the material. So it doesn't look very rigid on them. But sometimes you see some people's clothes tear when they want to turn. It can be a contributing factor to it. So when you place your length, that's if you place your horizontal measurement, that's in the parallel direction, making the length of the dress to be in perpendicular direction, it might make your dress to slack. You will see your dress slack. Maybe the length you see today is not what you will see it tomorrow. It will make it slack. It won't be firm. As you're washing, it might be slacking. But when you place your horizontal measurement in the weft direction, that's perpendicular direction, it gives the wearer some flexibility to stretch or do anything they want to do. You understand? And secondly, it's not also advisable to place the different blocks of your pattern in different direction. Maybe you place the front pattern in the weft direction, then you turn and you place the back pattern in the waft direction. Because some people say to do this to minimize or to minimize fabric is not advisable at all. Place them in one direction. If you want to use the weft to cut, please place them all of them in that so that when you sew them they have equal stretchiness and flexibility. But when you place them differently, maybe the back in one direction, maybe the weft and the front in warp, at the end of the day, when you sew them together, they keep struggling. I see there's a struggle in a way and to not give your clothes a good professional finish. If you are placing in weft, maintain weft. If you are placing in warp, maintain one direction from start to finish. But I will always recommend to place your horizontal measurements, that is your bust, your waist, in the weft direction. That's the perpendicular direction that is weaker, that is stretchy, just to give you your wearer, your client, that flexibility when they wear their clothes. It's always better to for it to be in that direction. But there is always exception to this rule. If you have fabrics that have a design, maybe someone's face or have stripes, please consider where you placement, that after sewing you place the face will not be upside down, but it gives your finishing a professional look. So in that case, if it's the parallel direction will give you that professional finish, please maintain it. If it's the perpendicular direction, that's the weft, please maintain it as you're sewing. Don't turn or interchange as well, so it won't distort your work. Your work will come out very neat. So there are some fabric that can be stiff or stretching in all direction. There are some fabric like that, they don't always obey this particular rule. Can each direction stretches very well, wide, or they can be like stiff in the both direction. Example of this fabric is crepe. Just take a look at this here. This is the selvage end, and you see the two sides. These are the selvage end. The two sides are stretchy. Look at it, very stretchy. The two sides are stretchy. Are stretchy. Sorry. So in this case, you are free to use any direction in your cutting. But I will also advise, when you are cutting, try and maintain one direction. I can't overemphasize this. Please maintain one direction. Don't cut in the warp direction for one pattern piece, then weft in another pattern piece. Look at this satin cloth now. Both the warp and the weft do not stretch that much. Just take a look at this. The two sides are not stretchy. Even though the wave that's perpendicular has a little bit of stretchiness, but it's not very noticeable. But the warp is really stiff. But no matter how rigid a fabric seems, just know that it's still made up of threads that runs both perpendicular and parallel, and perpendicular is really weaker. So to give out a little bit of stretchiness, very little bit. So fabric differs. Some can overstretch while others don't stretch at all. So this will guide you in your cutting. And this is a little tip you will follow when you are cutting your fabric to give it a more professional finishing, and makes the wearer really comfortable when after making the clothes for them. So there is something called the bias grain. I'm trying to show you. It comes at like angle 45 degrees of the fabric. It's very stretchy, very stretchy, and they are used for flay or flounce. Is You see your flay coming out very wavy, very flexible, very bouncy. That is because it's placed in the bias way, angle 45 degrees way. And you can also use this angle to cut your collars and your band, because it gives it flexibility. You know, our neckline is curvy. So when you place your collar in this angle and cut, when you want to place it on your fabric, it gives you that flexibility to follow that curvy nature of your neckline. So it's advisable to cut your collars in this style line. Thank you so much for watching.